The defensive line saw a lot of very good combine performances. Jason Pierre-Paul from Florida is a legit top 10 pick and is a guy who can gain or lose weight to fit any starting system in the NFL. He has a high motor and tons of potential after only 1 year of starting experience. Carlos Dunlap out of Florida and Everson Griffen out of USC are two players who blew up the combine but have inconsistent motors on tape. Interviews were shaky for both players, but there's no denying the physical skills. Odrick from Penn State impressed a lot of teams with his strength and versatility. Odrick is on the rise and may become a top 15 pick as a 3-4 defensive end or an under tackle. Lamarr Houston from Texas and Al Woods of LSU both had very good combines and are intriguing mid-round prospects. Greg Hardy was my big faller as he continues to plummet down draft boards with a poor offseason and may not go any higher than the 4th or 5th round. He looks slow and out of shape as a whole and may only be that type of mid-round prospect. The two TCU linebackers stole the show as linebacker prospects. Jerry Hughes will likely move to the 3-4 as an outside linebacker. He showed very fluid hips in the linebacker drills and more explosiveness than seen on tape. Daryl Washington is a versatile player whose ideal fit is outside on the weak side. He has excellent range and a ton of upside. Both easily could end up in the 1st round. Sean Weatherspoon from Missouri showed tremendous strength with 34 bench reps. He also did tremendous in the drills and played the ball well in coverage. My big sleeper, Arthur Moats, defensive end converted to linebacker out of James Madison, had a 4.66 40 time and looked much better than he did in the Texas versus the Nation game. Linebackers like Dekoda Watson from Florida State, Sean Lee out of Penn State, and Donald Butler out of Washington all look good and could be 3rd or 4th round picks. The top two inside linebackers, Rolando McClain and Brandon Spikes, both didn't run for various reasons and took a lot of flack for it. McClain may fall to the mid to late 1st, and Spikes is a mid to late 2nd round pick. Plenty of corners added to their stock with the combine. Most notably, Kareem Jackson of Alabama was expected to run in the mid to high 4.5s. Instead, he ran a mid 4.4. He is great on tape and dispensed any speed concerns. Late 1st, early 2nd round pick. Devin McCourty of Rutgers also had a good day, running well and showing explosiveness in the coverage drills. May also go in the late 1st. Chris Cook from Virginia and Akwasi Owuw-Ansah of IUP are workout warriors who are high number 1 corner upside picks. Both should go in the mid-rounds after blazing speeds and large frames. A.J. Jefferson of Fresno State is an underrated prospect, not getting a lot of publicity. He is very smooth, matched up very well with other corners. His tape shows a possible number 2 corner who can bring the hammer when need be. The biggest faller was Joe Haden out of Florida, who ran in the high 4.5s and looked weak in his bench press. He may not go in the top 10 anymore, but still should be a high pick since he's a playmaker and great in coverage. Perrish Cox out of Oklahoma State and Donovan Warren out of Michigan needed to impress with their speed, and neither came through. Both also were a bit poor in using their hips over the drills and may fall to the 3rd or 4th round. Finally, Kentucky corner Trevard Lindley continues to kill his stock and is a late round selection at best. The Combine just reassured us what we know about safeties. Eric Berry from Tennessee, Taylor Mays of USC, and Earl Thomas of Texas are in a world of their own in this draft. All three had near flawless combines. Berry did everything great and has little to no weaknesses. Taylor Mays checked in at an official 4.43 despite every scout timing him in the 4.3s. Very strange. All three should be an early to mid 1st round pick and have NFL futures. I was also impressed by Kansas's Darryl Stuckey, who was thought to be an in-the-box safety, and he ran a lot faster than some thought at a 4.49. Myron Rolle hurt himself a bit, not undoing the knock on his speed. Teams will be very tentative about taking a player like Rolle, who may not be committed to the NFL and isn't overly athletic. So there you have it. There are my risers and fallers from the Combine. Let me give you my top 3 I thought helped themselves. Number 3 was tight end Jimmy Graham out of Miami. He looked the part, he was athletic, and he showed that he can catch the ball. Some team's going to fall in love with him, take him in the 2nd or 3rd round. Number 2, cornerback Kareem Jackson out of Alabama. Excellent on tape. His biggest question was speed, and he answered that question at the Combine by running sub 4.40. And number 1 that I thought helped themselves was Ryan Matthews, running back out of Fresno State. I think he moved himself from a high to mid 2nd round pick to surefire 1st round pick, and some team might get a 3-down player out of him. And 3 guys I thought hurt themselves the most. Number 3, Desmond Briscoe, the wide receiver out of Kansas, who is in a tier with a lot of other wide receivers and may fall because of that. Second is Perrish, the cornerback out of Oklahoma State. Questions of speed, questions of work ethic, nothing was answered at the combine. He's definitely going to fall out of the first round now. Might even fall to the third or fourth round. And number one, obviously, is Joe Haden, the cornerback out of Florida. Didn't have a very good workout. Came in a little shorter than expected. He has to show that speed if he wants to still go in the top 10. He may have lost himself millions of dollars based on that workout. That's all for now. Take a look after this video, see a list of what's coming up, see a list of where else to check me out, and get some great information about the draft. Please rate, comment, do whatever you got to do. Let's keep getting this word out. Let's keep talking about the draft.